Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago, and welcome to the Bourse Report. Well, today we're taking a look at two stocks at the forefront of investors' minds, and we're talking about Sagicor Financial Corporation, or Sagicor, and Trinidad and Tobago NGL. Now, both stocks would have released their first quarter results, but unsurprisingly, this isn't what has been driving investors' actions or reactions on stock markets and affecting prices right now. So let's take a look at each of the stocks and why investors are sending their share prices up or down or trading flat. Firstly, looking at Sagicor, and for the first quarter ended March 2019, the company reported earnings per share of just around 34 cents, which was TT equivalent, which was a 19% decline from the 42 cents reported in the prior comparable period. Some notable items included an increase in net premium revenues from just around 1.2 to 2.4 billion TT equivalent, which is almost a 100% increase. And this was related to some strategic decisions taken in terms of business adjustments, particularly related to the Sagicor USA segment. Now, otherwise, net investment income was up just around 52% from 700 odd million to just around 1.1 billion odd TT equivalent dollars. Now, really, one of the main drivers of the stock and one of the main news items that investors are focused on is the proposed business combination or acquisition rather of or between Alignvest-Sagicor Corporation and Sagicor Financial Corporation, whereby Alignvest has proposed an offer to exchange old Sagicor shares for cash and or new shares in new Sagicor, which will be listed on the Toronto Stock Exchange. Now, last Thursday, that is the 23rd of May, Alignvest shareholders had their vote to approve the deal or not, and it was resoundingly approved with just over 92% of shareholders voting for the deal. So what are the next steps in this as we approach the end game for this transaction? Well, on June 4th, Sagicor shareholders will be able to vote on whether or not they approve the deal and accept the terms offered by Alignvest, which is $1.75 per share US for every share in exchange for their Sagicor shares. Now, for those of us who are not voting in person at the Sagicor shareholder meeting in Barbados next week, you have until this Friday, that is the 31st of May, to submit your proxy form in support for or against the deal to go through. And secondly, on the 11th of June, assuming that there is a majority approval for the acceptance of the offer by Alignvest, you would have to submit, or shareholders rather, would have to submit your election consideration form, again, that's June 11th, by on or before June 11th, to accept whether or to state rather how you'd like your proceeds paid out. Now, with respect to the proxy form, this is one of the most important sections. Again, you're going to see a box like this. Be it resolved that the scheme of arrangement will be accepted, and you're going to either vote for by placing an X or against. Now, where can you find these forms? You can find these forms on the Sagicor website at sagicor.com or on our website at bourseinvestment.com. And once as you complete the forms, the most convenient way would be to email that form that you have completed and signed to legal_proxies@sagicor.com. Again, on or before May 31st, 2019, that's this Friday. And this is applicable to shareholders on record on or before April 18th. So if you bought shares after that, no need to vote. If you owned your shares before April 18th, then you should vote for or against. Second step, assuming that the necessary approvals are gained by Sagicor shareholders, the election consideration form, and again, you either elect to receive cash for all your shares up to 10,000, your first 10,000 shares, or you elect to receive cash for some of your shares and new Sagicor shares for the rest. Now, importantly, the option to receive cash for up to your first 10,000 shares is applicable only to those investors, or shareholders rather, who would have had owned Sagicor shares on or before December 6th, 2018. Again, these forms are available at the Sagicor's website, as well as the Bourse Investment website. And once as you complete these forms, you can either drop them in physically, and those directions are on the forms themselves, or you can email them to legal_election@sagicor.com. And again, you have to do this on or before June 11th, 2019. So turning quickly to NGL, and for the first quarter ended March 2019, earnings per share was reported at just around 30 cents, which is a 25% decline from the 40 cents reported in the prior comparable period. Now, driving NGL's returns is share of profits from its sole investee company, PPGPL, which fell from just around 61.4 million TT equivalent to around 45.6 million TT dollars. Now, more importantly, aside from the volatility usually expected in the earnings of NGL, has been the news announcement from BPTT of a 200 to 300 million standard cubic feet per day shortfall of gas, which is expected to occur or may occur in 2020 and 2021. Why is this important, and why has this been shaking investor confidence in TTNGL? Well, this gas usually goes to Train 1, and from that, Train 1 usually delivers some amount of natural gas liquids or NGLs to PPGPL, or Phoenix Park Gas Processors Limited, for ultimate fractionation and marketing. And of course, that affects the earnings of TTNGL. Now, while it's a bit complicated to get into in the time allowed, over the past 10 trading days, the share price of TTNGL has fallen from just around $30.09 to just around $26. Again, that's almost a 14% decline over the past 10 trading days since the announcement was made on around May the 10th. Now, if you'd like to get the Bourse view as to what TTNGL investors can expect, and is the share price change an overreaction, or is it justified? Check out our exclusive research note on the bourseinvestment.com website. That's it for this week's edition. For more details, give us a call at 2-BOURSE or 226-8773. Email us at invest@boursefinancial.com, or visit our website again for the Sagicor documents and the TTNGL research note at www.bourseinvestment.com. Have yourselves a wonderful investing week. This has been the Bourse Report.